Welcome to Let's Play Mega Man 3, Part 7. Okay, this time we're going to finish up the rest of Wily's castle up to the final bosses. This level really isn't hard. I mean, you want to make sure, because now that you're in the castle, you don't get your weapon energy back. You do want to make sure you are being pretty fair about making sure everything's pretty well full. Then again, there are a lot of things you'll just never need, so... Yeah, another one up that I didn't bother to get. Okay, this part I suggest doing, well, that, rather than trying to do the forcing them off screen bug. Only because forcing them off the screen here is kind of a pain, so... They're really, really generous with the tanks for Wily's castle. Which is really weird, because the bosses are actually somewhat easier than they have been. Although this guy's kind of obnoxious, he's one of the harder ones for this area. But again, once you know the pattern, he's not going to do too much damage. There's one attack that's pretty much unavoidable, which yeah, you'll see it in a minute. Yeah, if you can get the timing right, you can actually put... I'm not sure the maximum number you can, but you can put a good number of them in every time he opens his eye, so... But you have to get the timing just right. Okay, this is more or less undodgeable. I mean, it's possible to dodge it, but I never can. Shadow Blade for the win. Yeah, okay, here I actually do... I don't know what I was thinking. I was trying to get ahead of myself, and it didn't work well. Basically, you can do that. You break those doors open. But it's better to actually shoot the guy first. Because unfortunately, by, not waiting, you have to try to get those while he's shooting at you. And it only takes 3 hits to kill him, and you can shoot him between the 2 barriers, like that. I don't know what I was thinking. I was trying to be slick, and it didn't work out. I guess this is another place you could be in trouble if you ran out all your rush coil and rush jet, but I don't know. I've never paid as much attention to that particular spot. Yeah, I was having a hard time getting the angle just perfect for, or not angle, but the distance just perfect for edging him off the screen. Okay, this here is definitely the hardest spot to pull off Spark Shot Freeze, as you can see how I kind of screwed that up there. But it's really probably worst when you have him just a couple blocks off the screen so you can't walk under him. Kind of reminds me of Frogger. Yeah, these mystery boxes here aren't usually worth your time. I mean, unless you desperately need some particular weapon. Okay, clone boss, from what I've heard, you can actually one-shot this guy with top spin, but I've never managed to pull that off right. It's also worth noting that the first time when they first appear, it's always the top one that's the real one, and I got lucky that time, and it was the top one again after that. Yeah, the pause screen controls are just really awkward. Gotta make sure I have full Rush Marine. Okay, here's one of the other good uses for top spin. If you actually can hit those bricks while they're still carrying them, you can break those too. Yeah, it's hard not to get hit by these guys while jumping into them. Sometimes you can. But mostly it's just the fact that it kills them in one hit, whereas a lot of things don't. It's not like you need full energy for the bosses here, since you get to pick and choose easier ones. Excuse me. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and start with Snake Man here. Yeah, this time around they only give you the one energy pack, so... I know in some later games in this franchise, they'd actually give you weapon and energy. This time it goes a little better than the first time I fought him, but I still didn't... This isn't my best run for him. Yeah, one thing to remember though is to make sure you get the middle two guys, vertically middle, with... They're actually, both of them are the two that are weak to Shadow Blade, so you can just keep it equipped. Yeah, there's really not much to say here. You've seen these guys already. Yeah, the only thing is you want to try to make sure you get the one in the lower right. You want to fight him with as close to full HP as possible. Only because it's, well, it's Shadow Man, and he kind of needs it. Yeah, it turns out that Search Snake is actually the weakness for this guy, so... Yeah, look, I have 8 E-tanks, so... I've actually used ones that I normally don't, so... It's pretty possible to get to the end of the game with full 9. Yeah, fortunately I have full health here, so... That is kind of nice to have for Hardman, only because he does hit pretty hard. Which I actually do better against him this time than the first time around. Sometimes I take him on again with with just the Mega Buster again. But it is kind of nice that it only takes 4 hits to kill him. I don't think it's possible to get them all in one between spins. But I could be wrong, I haven't watched the tool-assisted run recently. Yeah, I kind of screwed up there and didn't hit him quite right, and that drained a lot of weapon energy. But you don't really need a lot of it. But it is kind of nice to keep it mostly full. Anyways, I will see you guys for part 8, which is the last part.